everybody, this is Julie Bean with Beadaholique, and in this video I want to show you how to make this pair of earrings right here. So what this earring features is a swatch of peyote bead weaving, odd count. It's been tapered on both ends, and then it has a little dangle at the end. And you can see we've got some silver findings as well. So in this video here, I'm going to show you how to actually complete the earring, make the little dangle, attach the jump rings and the earring hook. Now for the actual bead weaving itself, what you're going to do is you're going to go over to Beadaholique, and I'm going to link it here, and you're going to be able to see really a great, very thorough video on how to do odd count peyote bead weaving. And then I'm also going to link a video on how to taper your ends. So the tapering of your ends is here we see this triangle. So I didn't want this video to be too long when we already have those videos which go into a lot of detail. Now, if you want the pattern for this, you'll look over at the project at Beadaholique, which I'll link to as well, and you'll see the actual pattern that you can download as well. So this particular earring features 3 different colors of Miyuki Delicas. They are size 11-0. You see I've got a white, a pretty blue, and kind of a coral orange. I also have this really pretty 4mm Prestige crystal iridescent dark blue pearl. And I think that's nice because it just adds that little extra something. And then we've got silver findings, an earring hook, and 4mm 22 gauge jump rings. For our tools, we're going to be using a needle, 2 pairs of chain nose pliers, and a pair of scissors. And then we've also got some wildfire thread. We've got it in that white color, 0.006. You could go a little thinner if you wanted to, but I would not go any thicker. So those are our supplies. Now I want to show you how to make the dangles. So we're going to jump forward as if you've already watched the videos, you've got the pattern off of Beadaholique to make this actual design. You've got your piece done. I want to show you how to make the little dangle, and then I'm going to show you how to attach a jump ring. So I've already pre-attached one right here, but I'm going to actually show you how to do that as well. So I'm using actually it's a scrap of my thread that was left over from my bead weaving, so I didn't waste any. And I'm just going to put down a few little seed beads. I don't need many for this little dangle. So just a couple. And what we're going to put onto our needle is we're going to take 2 of the pretty coral orange, 2 of the blue, 1 white, 2 more blue, and then 2 more coral. So this is what we've got on our needle. And then we want 1 of our pearls. Okay, so that is all loaded up to make that little dangle. I do not have a knot or a stopper bead at the end of my thread. So I've just got those guys on there now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my needle so I don't accidentally poke myself in this next step. And I'm just going to tie a knot. So I'm going to make a nice little loop. Bring that together. Now, this is where I want you to pause on what you're doing. We've made our little loop, and I want you to position it so it's not totally secure by any means yet. I just want you to kind of work with this so that little white bead is up top. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our 4mm jump rings, and we are going to open it. So just twist it on open with your 2 pairs of chain nose pliers. Go back to your little piece here. Isolate that little white bead and link your jump ring through it. So you see we just hooked it on there. Okay, now we're going to close that jump ring back up. Okay, and we're going to finish tying off our thread now. Okay, so now just tighten that up so it's a little tighter, and now we're going to do another knot. And we're just going to bring that down. Make sure it sits where we want it to sit. Okay, and pull. And the reason I did that was because when I was making these earrings to begin with, when I did this stage first, where I did the tying off first and making it nice and tight, my little white bead was not easy to get to. Because if you see here when we've got the tapering, it goes to a nice point, and if you turn it, you can actually See if I can catch it on camera. You can see a little bit of air through that bead because it's sitting on top. But here when we made like a little archway, it wasn't sitting on top. And so it was a little difficult to get that jump ring through it. But by getting the jump ring on it right now, before I made that thread tight, it was very easy to do. Okay, so now I'm just gonna rethread my needle. So I've got one knot on there. Okay, I'm gonna rethread my needle. I'm gonna go back through my pearl, and I'm gonna go up through my coral beads, my coral orange beads. And right here, I'm gonna go under. So I just went through basically the center, and I made a little loop, and now I'm gonna go through that loop with my needle and pull down and tie another knot. Okay, and now I'm just going to go up through the blue beads and stop. Okay, I'm gonna take my needle off. I'm gonna go back to the other side and rethread this side. Okay, and now I'm on this side of my pearl. I'm gonna go up through these two coral beads. Okay, and pull. And now I'm gonna do the same thing, right between the coral and the blue. Okay, I'm making a little loop, going through the little loop. If you want, you can do a second one. Just do whatever feels good to you. Okay, and we go through it. Okay, and then up through those little blue beads, like so. All right, so we've got our little dangle now. We've got our two threads hanging out up top. So now we can snip them off. So grab your little scissors. So you can take your needle off. I'm always accidentally getting poked with my needle, so I have to remember to actually take it off before I do some of this. So we're just going to snip, and we're gonna snip. Here. Okay, so now we want to attach this to the bottom of our earring. And this is where I wanted to show you basically how I was able to attach that top jump ring, which is just the same process as how I'm gonna attach this one here. So I'm gonna find the opening again. Gonna reopen my jump ring. And now I'm gonna take this piece and I wanna go through the center top bead. And I'm just gonna wiggle it till it goes through. This is a very simple, secure way of attaching jump rings to bead weaving. Okay, there we go. Now we just need our earring hook and we're done. So I'm just going to open the base of the earring hook the same way you would open a jump ring. So I'm just holding it in place, twisting that out, linking that little guy on so he just dangles. And then we're done. So now we've got our pair of earrings. So here we've got 1 and 2. We have our little matched set. And again, to learn how to do the odd count peyote bead weaving and the tapering, I will link to it in this video. I'll link the videos, but they're very extensive and they give a lot of details and tips on how to do that. So you'll see how to do that. And then for the pattern here and the specific bead colors and all of that good information, I'll link to that over at beadaholic.com, and you'll see a pattern which you can download to make this exact design. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you have fun wearing these earrings if you decide to make them. I hope you have fun making them. They were really a lot of fun to do, and they're one of those earrings that I want to do in a bunch of different colors. So I hope you have fun with it too, and have fun picking out your own colors as well. Thanks, everyone.